practice over the course of time, the very same practice, you just standing there, changes. Right? So here, at shoulders width, generally want to align. Again, this is all just generalities, okay? Generally, they say aligning, let's say, ear, shoulder, hip over what they call the bubbling well, right, of the bottom of the foot, right? What they call yongchun, okay? So now that would be this part right there, right? This part right here, of the foot. So, and this also, these are also important points as well. But what we want to remember are those down there, okay? And how everything aligns over it, okay? We don't want to be doing this too much. We're about to sit down. That's not what we want. Generally, and I tuck my shirt in here, our back wants to be generally straight, okay? And it's not like rigid straight. You're not making it like actively straight, right? It's a sense of neutrality that you want, okay? So the shoulders rest, right? The elbows slightly hang. Okay, the wrists also are, they're held open. There's a sense of, you could say almost even inflation a little bit, you know? But it's gentle, okay? I don't want to suspend. See, because we're supposed to be as if we're suspended from the crown of the head. But you don't want to, again, actively do anything. And you don't want to just completely hang from the top of the head, okay? The head in the classics is slightly held, slightly suspended, right? The crown of the head. This point here, right? They call bai hui. So there's a slight suspension of this, relaxing the shoulders, the entire body. What we want to do is funnel our energy into yongchun, right? Into the bubbling well, right? The bubbling wells of the foot. We also want a sense of, even though we're structured, we're also swimming within our body. You know, our joints are relaxed. Okay, they're not held. You know, you're not held stiff. Okay, you're relaxed. You're not actively holding the posture, right? You just have a sense of, you know, just essentially being, right? Just being in the posture. The hips and knees, most of the energy should be essentially bypassing the knee and going straight from, essentially, if we can get it from the crown of the head right on into the, the, the bottom of the feet, okay? The knees, you know, the knees are not locked out. They're just open, right? You're not sitting too deeply into the posture. You're not in a horse stance or something, you know? The spot between the anus and the genitals, right? Which is that central part of the body there, right? I guess you could say it would counter this point, you know, in a sense. That point, that point is also, it's not a, you see, nothing is held, nothing is completely dead relaxed. There's an activity happening, right? The musculature is engaged in all of this. But over the course of time too, one wants to swallow, funnel all of this. It's like the Yongchuan just swallows all of this. So you could even imagine yourself, I guess your internal being some type of maybe thick substance, like a honey or something that's seeping down into essentially the ground.